Hi there, my name's Tim Goodman. I'm a 5th grade teacher looking to improve my practice. So I'm planning and implementing an action research plan in my classroom in the coming year. This presentation is just a general overview, so the first thing I had to do for this project is to identify a problem that could use some fixing. Since my shift from ESE to general education, I've had a hard time knowing how to motivate grade level students. I was used to more low achieving students, and this was new to me. But I knew that I needed to improve my ability to provide feedback to my students, and as far as research goes, that could go in many directions. After considering the many different problems, I narrowed my problem to the following question: how can I improve student motivation and performance by setting goals through one-on-one or small group conferencing? I knew it was a little bit too broad and that I was going to have to cut something out. Now, after some guidance from my instructor and my peers, I found that my question was too broad, so I narrowed my focus to the following question: how can I improve motivation in my higher level students by guiding them to set their own learning goals through one-on-one student conferencing? This question would allow me to gather data for a specific set of students and would greatly reduce the amount of data that I would gather. You can now see my sub-questions below. They will help me to stay on track. So the general idea is that I would plan out my question, my forms of data for triangulation, my means of collecting data, schedule a timeline for the entire process from start to finish to finally analyze results. I will get a little bit more detailed later. I work at a Title I school named Ocala Springs Elementary. We have just under 650 students. We're about 62% white, 21% African American, 9% Hispanic, and 2% Asian, and my classroom is an accurate representation of these demographics. Just to reiterate, I will be working with high-achieving students. After 7 years in ESE, they are definitely not my forte. I need to know what motivates these students. Extrinsically, yes, but mostly intrinsically, what makes them tick. How will goal setting with them in a one-on-one setting have an impact on them? I'll be collecting qualitative data for this action research project. There'll be 3 forms of data that I've chosen to collect for the purpose of analyzing, formulating a hypothesis, and then identifying patterns and themes. A before and after survey, participant journals, and a field notes journal. The survey at the onset of the process will be identical to the one at the end. I will be gathering the results on a spreadsheet in order to make patterns and themes highly visible. For the participant journals, there will be one a month that I will give to the whole class, then only code, organize, and analyze data from my participants, not the whole class. My field notes will allow me to gather insights and reflection during the whole process. Here's my timeline in total. As you can see, it's important to plan this out and visualize how the process carries out and comes together. It is spread out over 4 months, with an additional 4 months to prepare and present my findings to administration and colleagues. My goal for such a challenging venture as an action research plan is to help me understand the intrinsic motivations of students, especially high achievers, so that I can maximize the effectiveness of my feedback and improve my practice and overall student performance. Thank you for watching my presentation and being interested enough in action research to get to the end. God says that iron sharpens iron, from Proverbs 27:17, and with this in mind, I pray that we challenge ourselves so that we can raise the bar for our profession. Thank you. And if you're boring like me, you stuck around for the references. No, as you can see, I wasn't successful in indenting the bottom line of each of my references. Don't judge me.